at the legs on that.
Give it back, Yorkie.
Let's have a look.
Do you think she's ready for this, Taff?
Oh, ha, ha.
I've seen it all before.
There you go.
It's a dog.
Don't say we didn't warn you. It's a greyhound.
They all look the same to me.
Not any greyhound either. It's my greyhound.
Hey?
I'm buying it. Well, I'm buying a quarter of it as long as I can find somebody to go in with me. Well, I can't afford it on my own.
You're joking.
No, I'm serious. Look, there's a bloke down my local who owns half of it, and now he's looking for people to go in to make up a syndicate.
What's he called?
Alan Metcalf.
It's a funny name for a dog.
No. The dog's called General Warrior.
Has he won any races then?
No, not yet. But it's not winning races that makes you the money. It's the stud fee. Look, there's dogs in here that have got a stud fee of 500 quid a time. Now, if he was to cover 80 bitches a year, that's 40 grand.
Yeah, but he's got to win races first before he gets a good stud fee.
Oh, he'll win races. So
what?
well, are you in? It's 125 quid down and then 10 a month.
I'm full of them tricks.
What about you, Viv?
He's got shifty eyes.
It's fly tipping again, I'm afraid, Bob. I've just had Councillor Murray on the phone.
Well, everyone's keeping their eye open, sir.
Yes, but they're still getting away with it. Jack Murray tells me there are 5 sites in this division regularly used by the tippers.
Well, the problem is, sir, the only way we're going to catch them at it is to have a permanent watch on the sites. You know we haven't got the manpower for that.
Yes, I appreciate that, Bob, but if that's the only way we can do it, that's what we're going to have to do. All right, thank you.
Sorry, Taff, I haven't got the time and I certainly haven't got the money.
It won't take any time, and I keep telling you, General Warrior's an investment.
Sorry.
Where's the spirit of adventure in this place? What about you, Malcolm? Surely you can recognise a good dog when you see one?
Of course I can. I don't buy them, I back them.
This builder, when you've done, see if you've heard anything about fly tipping, will you? Chief Super's got a bee in his bonnet.
Big time, eh, son?
Just do it, huh? Pete, I want to know the name of this mate of yours, the brickie.
You mean Kilby?
Yeah, that's the one. I want some information.
Well, I know where he's working. We could go and see him this morning.
Yeah, well, the council says there's an increase in this fly tipping. I want to know who's doing it and why.
OK, Sarge.
Well, that's it, over there.
Oh, you decided to turn up then, did you?
Mr. Callahan.
Not before time either. Well, I might have guessed. You lot have never been very good at being punctual, have you?
You're assuming that he gave you a false name then, Mr. Walcott? And how many library books are actually missing? 6.
Right then. 6 smashed windows, 3 damaged doors, and 2 broken enamel wash basins. Is that a lot?
Not enough for you, then, is it?
We need to know the full extent of the damage.
Yes, I know, darling. I'm going to lose a fortune out of this. I was nearly back on schedule as well. You know, I'm going to kill them when I get my hands on them.
You leave that to us, Mr. Callahan, all right?
I don't mind tearaways. I mean, I was a tearaway myself. We all were, weren't we? But this time they've gone too far. I remember when this country was a decent place. But then that was before the boats arrived, wasn't it, son?
I can't think what he's talking about. Can you, Malc? You're onto a good thing here, by the looks of it.
Nothing wrong with making a bit of money, love. This area's coming up in the world, you know. Although you wouldn't believe it.
All right then, Mr. Callahan, we'll get in touch as soon as we know anything, OK?
Here you are. That'll save you a bit of bother. That's who you want. Names and addresses.
Mean anything to you?
Well, yeah, there are a couple of juveniles who've been in trouble before. What makes you think they did it?
I don't think, I know. They were still at it when I got here this morning.
And you recognise them?
No, they scarpered before I got a look at them. There was another kid hanging around in the street, said he knew them, and gave me their names.
What, just like that?
Cost me a £5. Money well spent, I reckon.
And the kid's name?
Not part of the deal.
Shame that. I could do with a snout in this manner. Anyway, thanks for all your help, then, Mr. Callahan.
Well, any time, son. As long as you give those louts what they deserve, that's all I ask.
Oh, just one thing, Mr. Callahan.
Yeah?
Do you know anything about fly tipping in this area?
Well, I know it goes on, but no more than that. I'm afraid you've asked the wrong man there, love. Pure as the driven snow, me. All above board. Ask the council. They know all about my arrangements.
We might just do that, Mr. Callahan.
Morning, Archie.
Hey, I remember you. Italian. Marcella, innit? What are you having?
No thanks.
Not while on duty, eh?
I thought you were supposed to be somewhere in Manchester, Archie.
I came back.
So I can see. And up to your old tricks again.
Not me. I'm going straight now.
Oh, yeah? Going into business, are we?
As a matter of fact, I am. How did you guess?
Simple. How I made my millions, good business practice, a guide to starting out in business, and teach yourself management.
What's all that?
Your library books, Archie.
Oh, yeah?
You forgot to take them back.
Did I?
Only the library thinks that you're called Arthur Williams and that you live in an Indian restaurant.
He ran away when I started asking him questions. And when I caught him, he got angry. So angry, he started calling me names. Didn't you, son?
Parents?
Phoned his dad.
So you think it's asbestos?
Charlie Golf Tango 707 Victor.
You're in luck, Taff. I found someone to go in with you.
Oh, terrific.
Reg Ellis.
Yes. All
Hey.
right, Mrs. Lane, we'll get someone over
Thank
as soon
you
as we
so
can.
much. I'll do the same for you one day.
No problem, Taff. No
Sometime
problem.
later this morning? Good.
Hang on. I'll do it. Cheeky little git! Hey, don't be stupid, I'm the door! Come on!
There you are. It's all yours. If you take him down the police station, and I'm coming as well.
Yeah.
So who is he then?
Kilby, an ex-copper. He gave up being a policeman and became a cowboy instead. I do him a favour every now and then. He gives me a few tips in exchange. Morning, Patrick.
Pete.
Patrick Kilby, with Marcella.
Hello.
Hi.
What brings you down here then?
Well, it's fly tipping. Our chief super's on a one-man crusade to stamp it out.
Brownlow, isn't it?
That's the one. All you've got to do is tell us there isn't a problem.
He's right.
You are?
I said he's right. There's a war on out there. Not surprised you only just cottoned on.
What do you mean there's a war on?
Some naughty boy has upset the status quo.
What do you mean?
Well, as long as it's done in moderation, fly tipping's no problem. The council clear it out and take a backhander. But suddenly, someone started tipping all over the place.
Somebody new to them.
Yeah, it must be. And everybody's getting upset about it. The council are upset because they can't ignore it anymore. And the builders, who have been quietly fly tipping all through the years, they're upset because they can't get rid of all the rubbish on the cheap anymore.
So what's been happening?
Oh, you name it. Basically, the tippers are trying to put the frighteners on each other. Ambushes, fights.
Fights?
There was a big Barney in Hayter Road last week. Kid got his arm broken.
Have you got any names for us, Patrick?
Sorry, Pete, I can't do that. Bad for business.
You see, where Taffy just sees 6 dogs, I see 6 finely tuned racing machines. Which isn't to say they don't have their own characters, because they do. No, in many ways, they're just like humans.
Really, Reg, how interesting.
No, seriously. For example, some of them are left-handed, which is important because it can affect their performance. But if you know about dogs, there's a very easy way of telling.
I ran wide at the first bend.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, personally, I can't wait to find out whether General Warrior is right or left-handed.
Well, we'll know tonight. I'll be looking out for it.
Why, what's happening tonight?
General Warrior's racing. We're gonna, well, check him out before we pay up.
Very wise.
He could win the 818.
What, the other 5 scratched, did they?
Just you wait, June Ackland. Just you wait.
Ah, right, you two. Got something for you. Fly tipping again.
Oh, I can't wait.
I know, but the sooner you get it done, the sooner you can get back to some real work, yeah?
Thank you, Sarge.
Yeah, all your own boy by the look of it. Never.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on in there? Trying to get some pip upstairs.
It's just the 2 juveniles Ackland brought in for vandalism.
Well?
What?
Well, go in and shut them up.
Oh, no way, I need a break. Just let them scream for a bit.
Oh, I've got to go in and do it, have I?
Because the same goes for him. I'm sick to death of people trying to...
And you can keep out of this and all its private.
Quiet! Good. Bit of hush. That is nice. DC Carver and I are getting a little tired of trying to make ourselves heard above this din. So if neither of you boys are prepared to tell me whether or not you're involved in any of this...
Go on, Neville.
Am I going to have to find the lad who gave Mr. Callahan your names? Now, who do you think would do that? Eh? Neville? John? Because Mr. Callahan said there were 3 of you there.
Anyone could have given him our names.
I suppose so. Especially for a £5.
You what?
That's how much you cost. Cheap at the price, eh?
He grassed on us for a £5.
It was that Collins kid, wasn't it? I always told you he was no good.
Trap 5. Is that good or bad?
Well, that depends.
Depends on what?
Well, it depends on whether he's a wide runner or not.
Or... Reg?
Yeah.
What exactly is a wide runner?
Bob?
Oh, how you doing, Ted?
Well, they did it all right, but there's a funny smell about it. Here.
What's this?
Collins, 3rd kid, the one who turned him in. I want to talk to him.
Oh, right.
Did you notice when the tipping started?
Of course I noticed. I rang you up, didn't I? Only you didn't think it was important enough to do anything about.
Sorry, Mrs. Lane, but nobody's actually told us.
It was a fortnight ago, in that corner over there. First it was just rubbish, bricks, old planks, that sort of thing. And every day since then the piles got a little bit bigger. At least before I couldn't hear them, but last night they woke me up.
And what time was this?
I looked at the clock, 5:30.
And what did you hear?
I don't know. Screeching brakes, car horns, shouting. Lasted about 5 minutes.
Did you go out and see what was happening?
Round here? You must be joking. You stay inside and lock all the doors if you know what's good for you.
So you came down this morning and saw a fresh pile about 8 o'clock, yeah?
Yeah. I went out for some milk and on my way back I had a look and found this lot. So that's the choice my Stewart's got. Dodge the juggernauts to get to the park or play in a heap of asbestos.
Can you open the door, please? We're police officers. Hello, Mrs. Collins?
Better come in.
He's in bed.
We need to talk to him.
Danny, open the door.
I told you not to let him in.
You better open it.
Just you stay away from me.
You're in enough trouble already, Danny.
I told you it's got nothing to do with him. I'm going to sort him out my own way.
What's going on, Mrs. Collins?
I'll show you.
Don't touch me.
Yeah, Danny.
All right. Don't show him. I'm warning you. I want it for myself.
I'm sorry, Danny.
I think you better start talking, Danny.
Hey, you're missing the show.
Right then. Let's go.
Do you want me to go after him?
No, leave it. This one's mine.
You're up early this morning, aren't you, Archie?
mine!
You shouldn't play with toys like that, man. They're dangerous.
So you won then?
Yeah, of course he won.
What were the odds?
5 to 1.
How much did you make?
Huh?
How much did you win? You bottled out? You didn't back him?
Yeah, well, Rage reckoned there was a better form dog in the race.
Morning, Archie. You look as though you could do with a kip.
Funny, that.
I had a lovely night. Soft mattress, feather pillows, beautiful woman beside me.
You haven't changed, have you?
Neither of you, Archie. Handing up machetes now. Dear, oh dear.
Not my style.
Well, the lad said someone gave it to him.
Well, you know me, Mr. Roach. I'm scared of knives.
But a hardened criminal like you, Archie, come off it. Now, where did you get it from?
I told you, it's not mine.
Why did you give it to him, Archie?
It's very simple, Detective Sergeant. I didn't give him the knife.
Then I want to know who did.
Look, I was caught fly tipping. Fair enough, I admit it. I pay a fine, don't I? All right, then charge me and let me go. I'm supposed to be meeting someone. Okay.
No, it is not okay, Archie. Now, you're not going anywhere until I find out who you were working for and where the knife came from.
You know me better than that, Mr. Roach. I'm not a grass.
All right. All right, Archie, let's try something else, shall we? Why did you come back to London?
I needed a change. Manchester wasn't working out.
So you were running away from the old bill?
I told you, I'm straight now.
This morning wasn't very straight, was it?
I was a driver on a fly tipping job. I'm surprised you think I'm so important.
Oh, don't worry, Archie. I don't think you're important at all. Okay? So you weren't running from the police. Who were you running from?
It just didn't work out.
I said, who are you running from, Archie? Or do I have to get the Manchester CID onto it? Because if I do, you can forget all about the nice character reference I was writing for your trial.
I got involved in a business venture.
Go on.
Building. I met this geezer who was looking for a partner and I went in with him. Well, he seemed all right. We had quite a bit of work. And then I discovered he was cheating right down the line.
In what way?
Skimping on jobs, unsafe material, fly tipping. He was undercutting all the other builders. And no wonder. And then I discovered he was taking twice as much as me out of the profits. I was going to do something about it, but it was too late.
How come?
Well, the other builders turned nasty. Told us to clear off. Threatened us.
So you both came back to London?
Well, yeah, had to.
Right. We're getting somewhere at long last. All we need now is your partner's name.
Don't ask me that.
I'm sorry, Archie. This is my interview room. I get to ask what I want. Come in.
Ted, can I have a word?
Not now, Bob.
It's important.
Marcella found Collins.
Couldn't that have waited?
It seems he didn't give the names to Callahan for a fiver. Callahan took it out of him with an iron bar. Marcella found him plotting a revenge.
I still don't see why
No. According to Collins, they didn't just do over those building sites out of youthful high spirits. They were paid to do it by a builder called Seymour. Today, they're supposed to have gone down to Callahan's site and pulled down a few brick walls in Spencer Street.
Right, I get the picture. Have you got Seymour yet?
Yeah, they're on the way.
Okay. Will you leave Callahan to me?
I'm not saying any more, Mr. Roach.
Forget it, Archie. Your mate Callahan's not worth it.
Mr. Roach!
You look pleased with yourself?
We've got our man, Callahan.
Oh, could I come along?
I'm not going anywhere. Callahan was cocky enough to call us out after giving young Collins a good belting. Let's see if he's cocky enough to come down the nick, shall we? Mr. Callahan! Yes, Detective Sergeant Rhodes, Sun Hill. Listen, you made a complaint about vandalism yesterday. That's right. Yes, well, we've charged 2 juveniles, but I'm afraid there's some paperwork you might have to sign.
Ted, what are you doing?
Shut up! You come in? That's very kind of you. Well, as soon as you can make it, if that's all right. Thank you very much. Bye.
Surely that's not allowed.
Really, Carver? I didn't know that.
Oh, right then.
Oh, yeah, you're going to be a greyhound tycoon, Reg.
I already am. Taffy's mate was at the track.
And no doubt you paid out as soon as the race was finished, eh?
I know a good dog when I see one.
Yeah?
Yeah, and this one's going all the way to the Derby. You should come in with us.
What?
Well, they're still looking for people for the syndicate. You'll have to be quick, though.
Get out.
There's a lot of people interested after tonight.
Get out of it, Reg.
Hey?
Now, Archie, cup of tea.
Son.
Sugar?
No, eh? Oh, yuck. I've forgotten what Nick tea tasted like.
We have to drink it every day.
I'll pity you.
I've got a question for you, Archie.
It's all in my statement.
No, it's something else. Do you still go down the dogs?
Yeah? Well, when I've got a bit of cash.
I want a bit of expert advice.
Go on then, try me.
Well, we've got a couple of PCs who've got some money in a dog. And it seems to be going quite well.
And you want to know if you should go in with them?
Well, no.
What's its name?
General Warrior.
You're joking.
No, straight.
General Warrior's owned by a couple of rozzers? You just made my day, Sergeant.
Roach. Yeah, thanks, Davy. Be right down. Come on, then. This is your big chance.
What?
I need a heavy.
Sick, is it?
Francis! I want to see you in the CAD room now. Get the idiot Hollis with you.
Mr. Callahan. Glad you could come in.
Anytime. You boys did a good job with that pair of hooligans.
What I'd really like to talk to you about are fly tipping and giving knives to teenagers.
What do you mean?
But for the time being, Arthur Callahan, I arrest you for causing grievous bodily harm to one Daniel Collins. You are not obliged to say anything unless you wish to do so. But anything you do say will be taken down in writing and may be given in evidence.
Just a minute.
According to Archie, the dog's name is Galway Boy. It won 5 races in a row in Ireland before it was nicked from its kennels. Then it raced in Somerset under the name of Lucky Pitch, and 2 mysterious punters turned up and backed it heavily and cleaned out the bookies. And now it's turned up as General Warrior.
So we've stolen property then?
Common knowledge, according to Archie. Everyone knows about it, apart from the greyhound authorities. And the old Bill, of course.
I don't believe it.
And what are you looking so miserable about, Ellis? I gather you didn't even have the guts to back
Look,
it.
Sarge, what are we going to do about it?
Well, you're going to go out there straight away and find your maid who got you into this mess before I tell anyone else about it.
Yeah, right. Thanks, Sergeant.
Yes, I know, don't say it. Shouldn't happen to a dog.